Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to begin our look at Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin. So I'm going to take care of all the rhythm guitar parts in this one, and then in the next video I'll take care of that epic guitar solo. So it's going to be a lot of fun, that one. But so is this one, because these riffs are really cool. So I'm in standard tuning here, so let's get started. I first want to start with this little intro, so I'm going to kind of cut down just a little bit, and I'm put it on the neck pickup. And just this little intro that happens before that main riff that I just played. Let's start with that. So we're going to start with a couple harmonics. We're going to start with here, then to here. All right, so that is basically the harmonic at the 12th fret on the B, then the G. Then the same thing on the 5th fret, B string, and the high E. And then we have a harmonic at the 12th fret, and he grabs the string behind the nut after he does that and does a little bending of it. So just push it down. He's using a Telecaster, so he likes to just kind of reach under like that. So that's fine. All right, and then we go back through the same two sets of harmonics again. But we have these other harmonics that happen right after that, which is 5th fret on the B down to the G. So it goes from this. All right, I'm going to finish out this intro just with playing lightly the 12th fret on the G and the B, just finger them this time, and then play the harmonics at the 5th fret and the B and the G together. All right, and then we launch into that main riff. All right, so that main riff is really cool, and it's kind of a weird effect. It's doubled 2 octaves up, maybe even an octave up and 2 octaves up. Now, there's a lot of controversy whether he used a pedal like a fuzz double octave pedal, or he actually played the parts. Regardless, I'm going to teach you the one that he would do live. And if you have an octave pedal to be able to add, that top line is actually just 2 octaves up. So we're going to start and play the lowest line like he would do live. All right, so let's get these notes down first. Low E open string a couple times to start it, and then that's the 9th fret on the A string. You got to pick it and bend it up a half step. Now half steps are like the hardest ones to get perfectly in tune. So really listen to it. Bring it back down. Now do the same thing with the 7th fret. Then we hit the low E open again, and do the same process with the half steps at the 4th fret and 2nd. Now while he's doing that, he's putting a lot of vibrato on the note. So that's a lot harder to do when you're doing that bend. All right, so from there we go to this kind of power chord riff. And back to that main riff. All right, so what's going on there? Now it's a power chord at the 2nd fret on the A string. It's a B power chord, 2nd fret there on the A, 4th fret on the D and the G. You can hold that like that, or this, whatever you want. Hit that power chord 3 times. And then that's 2-4 on the D, then 2-4 on the G, then back to 2-4 on the D. So just repeat that. And then we're back to the main riff again. So that main riff, that's the same thing that's going on during the verse. I kind of skipped that. It's kind of pretty obvious. He just has the volume rolled off a little bit, and so that's all that's going on there at the end of the. All right, and then it just goes back and forth. So you guys, same riff. All right. So from there, let's go to the interlude section. That comes at the 2-minute and 5-second mark. All right. That's going to sound like this. All right, so it's basically got a lot of volume swells going on. And this section is not really something that you can break down note for note because he's using the bow. It's when he brings the bow in, you hear that stuff on top going. He's doing it with the violin, with the bow. So it's not really something that we can do here, but I can show you what he's doing with his volume swells and then show you how to do more stuff to kind of fill up all that space. So after we do this opening, so that's just the 7th fret on the A and the E string, then on to 5. So playing fourths there. And then we have a power chord at the 3rd fret to the open power chord. All right, and then we start the volume swells. Now, what I'm doing is I'm playing the 3rd fret. I play the 3rd fret with the volume down. Then I roll the volume in as I slide it off the string. So we have this. So slide it down to your off the string. So you do that twice. Now we do the same thing, but from 7 to 10. So we do this. The volume's off, pick, and as the volume comes up, you slide up to 10th fret. So after you've done that once, now you just do a normal volume swell at the 7th fret. Don't go anywhere, and then you slide 7 to 10 again. All right, and now we have this last little thing I'll show you here. So that's kind of like a. So that's sliding into the from the 12 up to 10. I'm sorry, 12 up to 14, sorry. And then you do a quick hammer, 12, 14, pull back up to 12, slide down to 10. So with this. Do that again. All right, and so from there, he just messes around. So what you can do to fill up space is play E Dorian scale on the low E string, doing lots of volume swells like we were doing. So the E Dorian scale, let me just show you on the low E. Open E, then 2, 3, 5. Then we have 7, 9. That's the note that makes it really a Dorian, the major 6. Then 10, 12. And then you can do the octaves of those. So we have this. So that's just something you can play around with and have fun with to fill up that section of the song if you don't have a bow, and which, you know, it's something that you're not going to really be able to recreate. So just have fun with that E Dorian scale and see what you can come up with. Lots of cool volume swells. It's pretty cool. All right, so then we have the guitar solo, which we're going to take care of in another video. But coming out of the guitar solo at the 4-minute and 48-second mark, we have this riff. All right, so that's just basically a low E, an E major chord. So you do the bar across the 9th fret of the B, G, and the D. You can get that B in there. You don't have to get that completely in there. Then 7th fret on the A, and then the low E. Then move this chord shape down without the low E, just down 2 frets, over to the A major chord. 5th fret on the low E, 7 on the A and D, and 6 on the G. So we have this. Then back to the E major chord, and then move that up 3 frets to the 10th fret. Make sure you kill that low E though when you do it. So those are the chords. We just repeat those 3 times. All right, so we do that main riff. Now I just want to show you the last verse. He does a little variation, about the 5-minute, 29-second mark. So it's got a little bit lower volume, but he does this. So he's doing those half-step bends in kind of a strict rhythm. So we have this. Still the same gradual one. When you get down to the 7th fret though, go bend and release that half step 3 times. And the same thing down here. So he does that during the last verse. Then we're back to the... All right, so coming out of that final riff, we have the ending of the song, which is at the 5-minute and 52-second mark. Sounds like this. All right, so we're going to start here with this, the barring across the 7th fret on the A and the E, and then playing the 9th fret on the D, 9th fret on the G, and then move that down 2 frets. All right, and now we have octaves. We're going to go, this is the octave shape off the 5th fret on the low E. So 5th fret on the low E, 7 on the D, muting that string in the middle. Down, up, and then move down to 3. Staying with the octaves, we're going to go 7 to 5 on the same strings. So far we have this. All right, from there we go 10 to 7. And then move over to the 5th string and do 7, the octave shape 7 and 9 there. Down to the 5th fret. And when you get down to the 5th fret is when we start this little thing. So as soon as you go down to that D, immediately go to the open D string muted 4 times, just all downstrokes, and then do a quick pull off 7, 6, 5 on the G. Do that 8 times. All right, and then from there we have this, which is basically the D major chord. It's like down, up, down, up, down. So it's 5 hits. So that's the pattern, and you repeat that 8 times. But on the last hit, that last 5 of the, that last hit there of the sequence of 5, the very last time I'm playing it, you're going to move it up to the E, so up 2 frets. So we have this. So we have the Down, up on the D, up to the E. We're gonna get that low E in there too. All right, so it's a fun one. Stay tuned for that crazy guitar solo. That'll be coming up next.